Hi, I'm Rainer and welcome to my train room. So, the last few days, I started working on this section of hillside from here to here, as well as this little section back here, because I had done static grass kind of up to here, and this is kind of where my rock cut and the other scenery I had done earlier ended. And then this section was just the kind of the brown painted plaster with a little bit of ground foam sprinkled in it, and the same thing back here. And this edge along here, with a little short vertical edge, was just brown painted plaster. So I put some black and gray and white acrylic paint, just kind of brush it on there to make it look a little bit more like a little rock edge that the track is cut into. So the ground cover along here and back here, I did the same kind of thing that I did in a couple of recent videos where I was working on the hillsides and just putting some of that polyfiber and foliage materials on it. And I put some sticks and some rocks and things like that to make it just kind of look like overgrown natural hillside. This area back here is my log loading area. And so it's going to end kind of in here. So I wanted to make this look like natural vegetation in front of the backdrop. So I'm probably going to put another couple of trees up in here. And the same thing in here. I need to put a few more trees in here. But the one thing I need to be careful about is that I don't put too many trees up high right here, because this is kind of my main sight line to see this other scene back here. So I'm trying to find a balance between making this look like a forested hillside that's a backdrop for this lower track while not blocking the view of this other scene in the back on the other side of this upper track. So to do that, I made some more trees yesterday, and I've got some other videos that I've done in the past showing you how I make the trees, but I'll just do a quick review of it here again. And the two main materials I use for my tree structures are some 18 gauge wire. This is just 18 gauge copper wire, and some twine. So I start out by taking the twine and cutting it into a whole pile of 3.5 inch lengths. And then I unravel all of those lengths into the individual fibers and just put those into a bin. And those are going to be my branches. And then I take lengths of 18 gauge copper wire, and I would say start at anywhere from 14 to 18 inches long. The longer the wire is, the taller your trees are going to be, remembering that you're going to be getting trees that are less than half the length of the piece of wire you cut, because you end up folding it in half and then twisting it, and you lose some to the twist, you lose some to the base, you lose a little bit to the top. So it takes a little bit of experimenting to get the size of trees you want. And then what I do is I take that length of copper wire, spin it around a screw that I have into a block of wood, and I clamp that to the table, cut the head off of it at one point, just as a pin to wrap it around. And then I take those little bundle of those fibers and just kind of straighten them out in my fingers and spread them out in between the two lengths of copper wire, twist the ends a little bit, and then I spin them with a drill. And that kind of creates the basic structure for my tree. And then I usually take something like this pointy awl and kind of straighten the fibers, because some of them end up being wrapped around the stem of the tree. So I kind of straighten them out, and then I just take a large pair of scissors and cut the overall shape of the tree. And take a look at some of the trees that you want to model, and you can get different shapes just by making them exactly the same way, but just how you cut them and then the type of foliage you put on them. Once that's done, I just take them out in the garage, because I don't want to be spraying that much stuff in the house, even with my small spray booth, because the trees take up too much room. This time I just sprayed them all with flat brown paint and left them to dry for a couple hours. And that's just to give it a base color to cover up the color of the fiber from the twine, as well as the copper stem, to just make it all brown. It all also kind of glues everything together. The paint kind of ties the fibers to the copper a little bit better. And then once that's done, I just take some spray adhesive. I'm just using some tacky spray adhesive, just give it a quick spray on there, and then I sprinkle the foliage materials on there and leave them to dry. And so yesterday, various times during the day, I worked on it on and off, and I ended up with making 28 trees. So here's kind of the 8 with the darkest green foliage. They just look like kind of scraggly trees, just like trees in nature are never perfectly shaped. They're kind of all over the place. And so I have these are kind of, some of them are a little bit taller. And then I have a bunch of shorter ones over here, different colors of foliage. So these are a little bit of a lighter green and shorter, kind of a little more roundish shaped. So I'm going to see what happens and what works here. Probably put a little bit maybe taller trees down at the bottom here and a little bit shorter stuff at the top. One of the things you have to remember is this hillside right here, the bottom is foam down here, but the hillside is actually formed from chicken wire with plaster cloth on top. So when I put trees in there, I kind of need to glue them into the hill so they don't fall over, because otherwise there's not a lot of support underneath. So I'm going to try to get a few trees planted in here, maybe put a couple back there. I'm not going to use all of these trees. I made 28 of them yesterday. I'm not going to use all of them in this area because there's a few other areas that I want trees for as well. But I'm going to try to put a few in here and see how that ends up looking. And then I'll show you what it looks like. And as always, thank you for watching. See you next time. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe.